The Farmer and the Storm, a story of resilience and purpose. In a small village at the edge of a vast plain, there lived a farmer named Raghav. His life was simple, grounded in the rhythm of nature, planting seeds, tending to his crops, and harvesting the fruits of his labor. He had known both the joy of a bountiful harvest and the sorrow of a failed season. But no matter what came his way, he never lost hope. He believed in his work and in the land that nourished him. One year, however, things took a turn for the worse. A fierce storm struck the village. The winds howled, the rain poured down in torrents, and Raghav's fields were flooded. The crops he had carefully tended to for months were destroyed in a matter of hours. He stood there in the wreckage, drenched, staring at what was left of his hard work. The storm had taken everything. Devastated, Raghav sat under the remains of a broken tree, feeling the weight of failure settle in his chest. "How can I keep going?" he whispered to himself. "What's the point of trying again if it all falls apart?" As he sat there, lost in his thoughts, an old man from the village came by. He was a wanderer, always offering wisdom to those in need. When he saw Raghav sitting alone, he walked over and sat beside him. Without saying a word, he simply watched the storm clouds begin to clear. After a while, Raghav turned to him and shared his sorrow. "I've worked so hard, yet everything is gone. I don't know if I can keep going." The old man smiled gently. "What if I told you that this storm wasn't the end, but a beginning?" Raghav looked at him, confused. "What do you mean? The land is ruined. The crops are gone. There's nothing left." The old man nodded. "The storm has taken your crops, yes, but it has also given you a lesson in resilience. You see, a storm doesn't last forever, and neither does failure. It's how you rise after the storm that matters." Raghav looked at the old man, unsure of what he meant. "You see," the old man continued, "every time we face a setback, we have a choice, to give up or to learn from it and keep going. The land has been torn apart, but you are still here. The storm may have taken your crops, but it cannot take away your purpose, your strength, or your determination. You will plant again, and you will grow again, because that is the nature of life. You walk a path of purpose and discipline, no matter what comes your way." Raghav was silent for a moment, reflecting on the old man's words. Slowly, he stood up and looked out at the muddy fields, still flooded with water, but beginning to show signs of clearing. "I've always believed in hard work," Raghav said softly. "But it's easy to feel defeated when everything seems lost." The old man smiled and patted him on the back. "The key is to keep walking forward. Sometimes, failure is just life's way of teaching us what we need to learn. The storm has passed. Now it's time for you to rebuild." With renewed purpose, Raghav returned to his farm. He began clearing the fields, one step at a time, and soon the land that had been destroyed started to show signs of life again. His hands worked with steady discipline, and though it was hard, he never gave up. That season, Raghav planted new seeds. He worked with purpose and patience, knowing that every day was a step towards something greater. The next harvest was not perfect, but it was a start. He had turned his failure into fuel for the future, learning that success was not just about what he reaped, but about the resilience he cultivated in the process. Moral lesson: life will inevitably bring storms and challenges that may feel overwhelming, but it is in those moments that we have the opportunity to find strength, rebuild, and keep moving forward. Failure isn't the end. It's a chance to learn, grow, and walk with purpose. The key is never giving up, no matter how many times life knocks you down. Every setback can be the foundation for future success.